Hello, and welcome to the MMO Report. I'm your host, Casey Schreiner, and today we are back in Redwood City, California at the Tryon World Studios. Rift is an MMO that's made a name for itself by releasing huge content updates at a breakneck pace. And today we are looking into the future of patch 1.8. And we're also getting an exclusive reveal of a new raid. I'm here with Adam. He's a systems producer for Rift. You guys are about to drop patch 1.8, which is the biggest patch you guys have done so far. What can people expect in this new expansion?
So 1.8 is all about Infernal Dawn. So we released Ember Isle just last year, and in the middle of Ember Isle is the volcano Carcera. And within Carcera is where Malforge is trapped. And that is where players are actually going to have a chance to assault the Wanton, and also Lathis' cult as well, and take on those dragons and kind of push that storyline just a little bit farther.
It's a really amazing new raid zone for 20 players. It's the next tier up from Hammernell, so all the maxed out players will have some progression to do. We're looking at an Earth Wing, we also have a Fire Wing, and then once you clear those, you get to go fight the dragons. There are 2 dragons in the zone, which is pretty amazing.
So tell me a little bit about who are these dragons in the zone, and why are they causing all these problems in here?
Great. So we're inside Mount Carcera, which is the volcano in Ember Isle. It's the prison for Malforge, who is the red dragon. He's all about rage and fire, and he's just full of fury.
Got some anger issues.
Yeah. You probably wouldn't want to invite him to a birthday party or anything.
It is a pretty good sized raid. It's a little smaller than their Hammernell raid. There's 7 unique bosses. However, our bosses are actually bigger and more elaborate than they were before. So a number of these bosses are multiple stages with lots of different things going on. We started out with Achilleos with a bit of environmental fighting. The Malforge encounter takes that to a whole new level.
We also have Lathis in this zone. So Lathis used to be imprisoned in Charmer's Caldera, but she was able to get herself smuggled out. She was melted down into a gold form, and her followers were able to smelt her into ingots and smuggle her across to this area so that she and Malforge are making some babies up in this piece. So we're able to see kind of like both elements. We can see that they're mixed together. It's the culmination of the storyline of Ember Isle, where the 2 sides, they formed an alliance, because I think that's the better chance for them to take over Talara. So it's really amazing. I can't wait for people to get in here and wipe.
and see all of your amazing dragon sex.
Yes.
So I was going to ask you about what players can expect in the dungeon, and I'm seeing this giant demon exploding back here. So what's going on right here?
Well, this is Atuziel. He's the Herald of Flame. He's been summoned by the Ember Conclave, which is the generals of the Wanton army. They're up the ramp there, but they've summoned him to protect them while they complete their battle plans for invading Talara. He is a denizen of the plane of fire. He's very powerful. He's one of Malforge's chosen, and you can see he's very fire-themed, I suppose you could say.
A little flashy.
Yeah.
And what else can players expect when they're going through this massive dungeon zone?
Sure. So we have the 2 wings, like I mentioned. Each wing has 2 boss encounters, and then when you clear those 2 wings, you'll be able to access the Dragon Wing. In the Dragon Wing, you'll find Lathis. Lathis is the golden dragon, who's just phenomenal looking. By far the best model I think I've seen in our game. It's just amazing. And then when you defeat her, you'll get a crack at Malforge. So Malforge is currently in prison, but if you make him angry enough, he might kind of hulk out of it, and give you a shot.
So let's say I'm getting a group together and we want to try to finish this raid. Who should I be looking for?
Well, it's a 20-man raid, so you'd want to have 19 friends or not friends that you can work with. It's the next tier difficulty higher than Hammernell, so I would recommend having a fair mastery of the content in that zone before you come in here. Although you might be able to knock off a boss or 2, having not yet completely cleared Hammernell.
Besides the combat and the raids, there's also a couple of other additions in this patch. You're adding survival skills for the first time.
Yep.
There's fishing, there's hunt, what else?
So survival actually encompasses 3 different sets of skills. We have 2 new gathering skills. One is fishing, which is, as you can expect, going around the world and fishing up fish and all sorts of random dirty old boots and treasures out of the water. We also have trapping, which is a new skill specific to Rift, which allows players to actually kind of go around and critter hunt. So not only are they getting materials for their survival skills as well, but they're actually trapping various little critters around the game that players have been asking for pets for a long time. So it's like, oh, hey, that badger you saw, I really want to get that. You can go out, actually seek that out, kind of trap it, play a little bit of a Pokemon game with it, and kind of collect those critters through trapping. The final thing is survival itself. So Survivalists is actually kind of an encompassing skill for players who are leveling up. It allows them to make food, special bandages, tents and things like that allow them to kind of ease through their progression as they level through the game, and also have a number of nice things for endgame players as well.
And there's also improvements to the mechanics of the game as well. You guys have added instant adventures, which is pretty popular, and a new looking for a group tool, right?
Yeah, definitely. So with 2 patches ago, we added instant adventure, right? And it has been incredibly popular. So we've actually added instant adventure to Ember Isle with this next patch, and we're looking to add instant adventure to all of the zones in the game with further patches in the near future.
And is there anything else that's on the horizon as far as gameplay is concerned that you can share with us?
So there's a ton of stuff on the horizon, right? We're working on a lot of different things. We're constantly looking at player feedback and kind of rolling that into our plan. Like I said, we've got a new raid coming out. That's not our last raid. We've got more 10-man content, more 20-man content. We've got more instant adventure coming out. We've got Chronicles planned. We've got a ton of stuff planned for the next year. It's going to be real exciting for us.
Well, that about wraps up our look at patch 1.8 of Rift. I want to thank everyone at Tryon World Studios for allowing me to come in and completely disrupt a day of work for them. Be sure to tune in next week at g4tv.com/MMO for a regular episode of the MMO Report. We won't be on location, but it'll still be good. Probably.